Today I'm making Lomo Saltado on the Blackstone. This recipe was inspired by Pollo Inka, my favorite Peruvian restaurant, and this is a dish I always order. So delicious, so I wanted to make it today. So let's get started. I'm gonna start off with some mayo, avocado. I'm gonna do some jalapeños, some cilantro, some lime, and some garlic, of course. And we're gonna make this sauce in a magic bullet. So first thing you want to do is put your cilantro in there. Chop up your jalapeños. Some people de-seed them. I didn't want to do that. I wanted all the seed. I wanted all the spice. You know what I mean? So go ahead and add that. Now, let's get our avocado oil. And what I end up doing is getting a tablespoon. And I just put 2 tablespoons to start. And I like to start off small and then go taste it as I go. So I'm going to go ahead and put 2 in here. All right, guys. And then I'm going to go ahead and chop up some limes. And these are from my backyard. They're super juicy. And I'm going to put 1.5 limes. I'm going to save the other lime just in case I need it later. So I'm going to go ahead and squeeze this in here. No need to filter it out. Just squeeze that bad boy in there. You know what I'm saying? All right. So after that, what you want to do is go ahead and add some garlic. I put a generous amount, just a tablespoon of garlic. Minced garlic is fine. The one from Costco, I like it. And what you want to do is go ahead and blend this first without the mayo and without the Parmesan so it doesn't curd up. And if your thing is getting stuck, your blender, just kind of shake it a little bit. That's what happens to mine, but go ahead and shake this up. I did not use any water. If you're wondering, I did not put any water in this recipe, okay? So go ahead and blend this thing for about a minute and take it out. And what you want to do is you want to end up tasting it first and seeing the consistency of it. So I did taste it. Okay, once it's done blending, go ahead and open it up. And this is the time that you add your mayo to it. And I went ahead and got some organic mayo from Trader Joe's. And I put 1 tablespoon of mayo. And then at this point, I just got a little pouch of Parmesan shredded cheese. And this is not your regular shredded cheese. This is Parmesan cheese. And then add another half lime. And while I'm at it, I added another tablespoon of avocado oil because I noticed it needed some more consistency in the liquid. So I went ahead and shook that up and then blended. Now starting to get that light green creamy color. Okay, so had the wife test it, I tasted it, and it was on point. And I'd say it's pretty much done. It was so delicious. And I made that Lomo Saltado like I showed you guys. So go ahead and refrigerate this after you're done blending this up. And what I did is added a little bit more avocado oil. I just felt like it just needed a little bit more because they said it thickens after you cook it. So I'm kind of ghetto, and I found a plate, a Mickey Mouse plate, which is just like a disposable plate, and I wanted to filter it out. So I just built my own little funnel cone. I know. And I just poured it in there and it's ready to go. All right, now that our green sauce is all ready to go, now let's go ahead and pull out our veggies, pull out all the ingredients that we're gonna need to do the stir-fry portion of this recipe. All right, so let's get chopping. All right, so get you your sharpest knife that you have and let's start chopping up this yellow pepper. All right, and what you wanna do is chop this yellow pepper very finely sliced. And you don't want big chunks in this because that's not what the recipe calls. I looked up a few recipes and this is what they recommended. Go ahead and get your red onion and chop it up as well. But with your red onions, you can actually chop it up in bigger slices and get you some fresh tomatoes from Trader Joe's, my favorite place, of course. My wife used to work there, by the way. So go ahead and chop your tomatoes and make pretty decent slices on these as well. Nothing fine. You want the tomatoes to really stand out in the stir fry portion of this. Get you some green onion. You're gonna add this at the very end in the stir fry as well, but go ahead and chop up some green onion. You gotta have the green onion. Chop it finely and then get your cilantro, wash it up and chop up your cilantro because this is also gonna go in the stir fry at the very end. All right, so now that we have everything chopped, let's go ahead and go outside on the Blackstone and oil up the griddle, turn it up on high heat, and get your skirt steak that you buy from Costco. So I bought these from Costco. Go ahead and add it all across your Blackstone, and I had already pre-oiled and cleaned this thing up. So let's get some salt and pepper. And no, I'm not sponsored from Costco, but that would be pretty cool if they did. So Costco, if you're watching, go ahead and sponsor me. All right, so yeah, salt and pepper. I buy pretty much a lot of stuff from Costco like everyone else. Anyway, so go ahead and salt and pepper this meat. All you really do need is salt and pepper, because the rest of the recipe will have garlic and other spices and herbs in it. So this is all you need. So go ahead and press the meat. I pressed it just one time, just to get some char going on that meat. And this thing cooks pretty quickly. And what I do recommend is that you do not cook this meat fully. Don't cook it 100%, because you're going to dry it out and it's not going to taste that good. So what you always want to do whenever you're doing fajitas, or in this case we're doing lomo saltado, do not overcook the meat. What you want to do is cook it about 80% of the way. So I went ahead and flipped this about 3 or 4 minutes in, flipped it, and I went ahead and pressed the other side as well, get it cooking a little bit. But I can tell by just looking at it that it's not fully cooked, and that's where I want it to be. So what I'm going to start doing is pulling to the side on the right side of my Blackstone, and on the right side the burner is off, so it's not going to overcook my meat, but it's still hot enough to finish it cooking as I scrape and clean up my griddle and get it ready for the veggie portion of this cook, you guys. And I love this griddle. It's the best thing ever. Oh my god. So go ahead and oil it up now, and put your meat all in a little stack and start adding your tomatoes. So add your tomatoes first. That's what you want to do. Start getting some separation from the skin, and then go ahead and add some yellow pepper, the one that we chopped up earlier, and start stirring these two things together. And this is what you want to start off with, because this takes longer to cook. All right, so get you a spatula. You can use any spatula really, but at this point I was adding some soy sauce, and I had some later too, but right now I added some soy sauce. As you can see it starting to cook in there. All right, so give it a nice little toss and turn with just that soy sauce, and just give it about a minute or two, and then you can start adding more ingredients. So let's go ahead and get our onions. So get our red onions, dump them in there, and our garlic, minced garlic as well. All right, and add a little bit more soy sauce in there, and let's get stirring, you guys. And you don't want to overcook these veggies, okay? So what I did is I actually ended up putting them on medium, and I went to go chop up my meat. So I chopped them up in strips. You can cut them in like 2-inch strips, long ways, and about 1-inch thickness. So go ahead and add my cilantro in here and start stirring this bad boy up. Add a little bit more soy sauce. You can go by feel, but now it's time to add the meat that I chopped up. Okay, it's ready to stir all together. And meanwhile, the fries inside, they're cooking in the air fryer, okay? So you want to get those fries nice and crunchy, so when you add them, they don't get soggy. Because, this dish here, this meal, it is very runny. There's a lot of sauces and juices flowing, so you want to make sure those fries are very cooked. All right, so at this point, my wife, she brings me the fries after being like, hey, where are the fries, girl? So she sent them out to me. Thank you, babe. So go ahead and stir these fries up, and you don't want to stir them for too long, but what I did is I just kind of stirred them up together to get the flavor together, and then I spread it all out, like flatten them out, so I can get some char on the back end of it. And you only want to cook this for about a minute or two, and then it's done. So start scooping up all of this, put it into a bowl, and it's pretty much ready to go. I also had some rice cooking inside, so the rice was already ready to go as well, so it's ready to plate. So at this point, there's going to be some meat left over. I can save it for later. So now it's time to go ahead and plate our food, and this is how delicious it came out after plating it. Oh my god, I was savoring this thing. So I go in for that first bite, and honestly, I couldn't believe my mind. I couldn't believe it, man. I was really wanting this to taste like Pollo Inka, and I'm not gonna lie, I even did a little dance because I'm so happy. Don't forget to subscribe, you guys. All right, see you on the next video.